Admittedly, I don't have a crystal ball, but I think the value of Roth conversions is going to change dramatically. And in today's video, I want to share with you why. Before we go there, I want to thank this video's sponsor. It's Chapter. They're a free Medicare advisor. More on Chapter later. Okay, and first I need to tell you high level what Roth conversions are really about. It's really about the difference that you think you're going to be paying in taxes today versus in the future. So I want you to visualize just a $100 bill flowing from today to the future. And if you think that your tax rates are going to be higher in the future, then you'd rather pay the taxes now when the taxes are lower. Because essentially what it is tax rate arbitrage. It's really just the difference between those tax rates. So let me give you an example. If we have $100 and we could do a regular IRA or a Roth IRA, let's say we do a regular IRA, right? We don't pay tax on the way in. So we put a full $100 in the account. Let's say 10 years later that money doubles, so now we have $200. We take the money out, let's say we're in the 20% tax bracket, so we end up with $160 here. Now let's take the reverse of that. Let's do a Roth IRA today. We have that $100, but we have to pay that 20% tax on it. So we put $80 in today, and then 10 years later, it doubles. Now, the nice thing is in the future, we don't have to pay tax on it. So it doubled from $80 to $160. Did you notice something that if the tax rate is the same, a regular IRA and a Roth IRA are the same? There's other differences that might push you one way or the other, but that's the big piece of it. So if you think that tax rates are going to be higher in the future, then doing a Roth conversion now, it makes sense to think about that harder. And that's really what I think is going to happen. These are what the tax rates are today in 2025. You can see there's very few brackets here, and it goes all the way from 10% to 37%. But I want to show you what tax brackets look like in 1985. And you can see there's many more tax brackets. And the top rate is 50%. Now, these are not inflation-adjusted dollars. So the dollar amounts, the salary amounts where people are getting taxed, that's not the important thing. But look at, instead of topping out at 37%, there's a 38% rate, there's a 42, a 45, a 49, and a 50. Now, as I record this, it's highly likely, it looks like Trump's big, beautiful bill. This is not a political channel, but it's just the facts. It looks like that is going to pass. It's been said that that's going to add $5 trillion. I think it's over the next 10 years to the deficit, to the amount that the U.S. government owes. And that's not good, because right now we're sitting at about $38 trillion in outstanding debt that the U.S. government owes. That's just what's on the balance sheets. You add 5 to that, that gets to 43. At some point, it becomes unsustainable, and we have to go back and say, where are we going to get additional income from to start paying down that debt to minimize the deficit? And so, again, I don't have a crystal ball, but I do think it's likely that in this situation where we're looking at today's tax rates versus the future's tax rate, I think it's pretty likely that in the future, our personal income tax rates are going to be higher. I think for the next 4 years, if Trump's big, beautiful bill passes, I think for the next 4 years, our tax rates are going to be, we may look back in the future and say, today's tax rate is pretty low. So that's the main essence of this. But I do want to share with you, there's other pros and cons of doing Roth conversions. Before I go there, I want to thank today's sponsor. It's Chapter. And Chapter, as I said at the beginning, is a Medicare advisor. They're experts. If you're approaching Medicare age, if you are currently in Medicare, I think each year you should be visiting with an advisor. If you're approaching Medicare, I think you should visit with an advisor just to help you make the right choice. Now, you want an expert that's working on your behalf and is not trying to maximize the commissions that they get. And that's why I'm proud to partner with Chapter. I've gotten feedback from my clients such as this. This is a comment to one of my videos where I promoted Chapter, and the person left this in the comments. Chapter, pleasantly surprised. I called thinking they would just try to push hard on some Medicare Advantage plan. The guy did not. He actually said that original Medicare and the supplement were the best choices. Not sure how he, Chapter, makes any money off that advice, but their street cred sure goes up with me because I didn't get the expected car salesman pitch. I don't want you to get a car salesman pitch, and that's why I'm proud to sponsor, to partner with Chapter. You can reach Chapter by calling this number up here or using this QR code over here. Either way, I want you to get the best advice possible for Medicare, and I think Chapter is one of those players. Thank you again, Chapter, for sponsoring this video. Okay, so what are the other advantages of doing a Roth conversion? For this, I'm going to share an article by Charles Schwab. It's called Why Should You Consider a Roth Conversion? And they start off with what I just talked about, who should consider it, and it's people that think they're going to be in a higher tax bracket in the future than what they are today. Okay, and other reasons is you want to maximize your estate for your heirs, and the reason Schwab says that is with a Roth IRA, you do not have RMDs if it's your original IRA. If it's an inherited Roth IRA, you do have required minimum distributions. Another reason is if your accounts are not, Schwab says, is if your accounts aren't diversified from a tax standpoint. Many of us have been piling away money in a regular 401k. When we retire, we transfer that over into a regular IRA. And the result of that is we don't have this tax-free money that we can access. And so every time we take money out of the account, it becomes taxable income. And taxable income can hurt us in a couple ways. It can make our Social Security taxable. It can also increase how much that we have to spend for Medicare. So having a diversified set of accounts from a tax standpoint is really key. Another thing is taxes are one of the main expenses for retirees that they tend to underestimate. And it's important that we have a good feel for what our taxes are going to be, or we can find ourselves spending more money than what we were planning on, but not getting the joy out of it. We're just writing a check to the federal government, and I don't want to see that happen to you. I think the way to avoid that is to work with an accountant, to work with a fiduciary financial advisor to help you come up with a plan. I know a lot of my viewers are not going to do that. If that's you, I urge you, don't use Excel, don't use Google Sheets, but use software that's designed to help you do this kind of activity. The software that I like is called Bolden. It used to be called New Retirement. You can sign up for it here. This video is sponsored by Chapter, not Bolden, but I am an affiliate of Bolden. So if you use this link here or the link in the description, you'll be supporting the channel. Thank you, Bolden. And if you like this video, I think the next video that you should think about watching are 8 things to stop doing in your 60s in order to enjoy your journey until you get to retire. It's not just about crossing the finish line and retiring, it's about enjoying the journey.